What are you good at?
Like eating and sleeping.
Okay, and what are you not good at?
Everything.
Hey TikTok refugees, welcome to Little Home Book. I am a great example. I love white people especially. I believe we share a lot of common interests like cooking, things, stuff. Colonization isn't one of them.
I'm not going to lie to any of you. I hate lying. Lying is not my thing.
I was like a celebrity on TikTok.
Did you know in China we actually call Rednote 小红书, which literally means the little red book. And there's a reason for that, and I'm not going to get into that.
So a big welcome back. Let's get straight into the video about the little red book. Did you know that 70% of the little red book users are women? And 35% of those were born after 1995. It was originally initiated in Shanghai in 2013. Let's delve into the little red book and see how the refugees are coping so far.
If you have your English homework and you need help, I will be happy to help. I will try my best.
If you have homework and you don't feel like doing it, hit me up and I'll do it for you.
American TikTok refugees, so I'm guessing by now you've all experienced the warm hospitality of the Chinese people, and you've probably seen some videos of the super technologically advanced and affordable life here. You're probably going to want to be coming here yourself. So today we are gonna be learning how to say I want to go to China in Chinese.
I want to go to China. I want to come to China, because if you say I want to go to China, you'd probably say that in English. But there are other people who are teaching. Let's see how they get their message across.
Hi TikTok refugees, welcome to Chinese social platform. My name's Chloe, I'm from Beijing, China. I am a Lao Nei, and today I'm going to teach you some Beijing slangs. Now let's get started. First of all, when we greet someone, instead of nodding our heads and saying, hello, how are you today? We do the exact opposite. So you lift your head up, and at the same time, you say, man. So all together you do, man. And if you're really close with a person, you can add a nickname for them. It's called Sunze. It's something like bro. So the whole thing goes,
Man, Suze.
孙子嘛呢？你学会了吗？学会了你就说得嘞。
Now I'm totally lost. Is that a good teacher?
The beef our governments have had with each other has nothing to do with you or me. I have never hated you, ever.
Okay, so let's listen to Jeff.
Jeez, my name is Jeff. I'm a dermatologist. I've been back in China for about 3 years. Previously, I was at Harvard. Today, let's talk about the difference in healthcare between China and the US. One of the first things that I realized when I came back here is that the hospitals here, there are so many people. The first time I went to the hospital, there were probably a few hundred people outside waiting. I thought it was a concert hall, but no, it was a medical center. The ratio for doctors to patients here is about 1 doctor to 1,000 patients. In the US, it's about 1 doctor to 400 patients. So the doctors here are extremely busy. They often have to work from morning 7 a.m. to nighttime 8, 9 p.m. without much time to even have lunch or even go to the bathroom. Number 2, even though the hospitals here are so busy with patients, it is very easy to get an appointment with the doctor. If today you were feeling unwell and wanted to see a doctor, all you have to do is open your phone, go to the Alipay app or go to your WeChat app, and you can directly make an appointment for a doctor that morning to be seen either that afternoon or that evening. There's no such thing as a 2-month, 3-month, or even 6-month wait.
On that note, I've made all my appointments face-to-face at reception. I haven't used the app to make an appointment.
And number 3, let's talk about the cost of healthcare here. Here, to see a dermatologist, the average cost is around 15 up to 30, 40 RMB. Roughly translated into USD, that is around $2 to $5. So it is very cheap. In the US, if you don't have insurance, the cost to see a doctor might be in the couple hundreds, if not a few thousand range. But here in China, healthcare is very cheap. I had a friend who had a kidney stone, went to the ER, got a CT scan, got surgery done, was recovering for about 1 to 2 days. The total amount he spent was just a few hundred USD. So TikTok refugees, come on back.
Right, so what Jeff had to say there is 100% true. Absolutely first-class treatment, very affordable, and very, very good and fast as well. I've done several videos comparing the medical system here in China with the medical system back there in the UK, which absolutely sucks. Right, so let's hear this chap here. He starts with, I'm not going to lie to any of you.
I'm not going to lie to any of you. I hate lying. Lying is not my thing. Yes, there are plenty of Americans who love Asian people, who love Chinese people specifically. However, there are also a large portion of Americans who will only love you when they can get something from you in return. There are also millions upon millions of Americans who absolutely hate China, Chinese people, and everything about Chinese people. Those people we call MAGA, white supremacists, or neo-Nazis. For example, when TikTok finally came back online, a lot of Americans did not hesitate to dip on Xiaohongshu and go right back to TikTok. Not me though. I'm here, I like it here, and I'm going to stay here. Watch me shit.
This guy knows a lot.
Buckets, what? Here's another example. Let's turn the tables for a moment, shall we? Shit.
So at this point, I wanted to read some of the comments in the section below of what people had to say about him and what... So at this point, I wanted to read some of the comments of what people had to say about him. Here they are, or here's one or two of them.
Here's another example. Let's turn the tables for a moment, shall we? If it was actually Chinese people fleeing to a different app rather than the Americans fleeing to Xiaohongshu.
Let me read it for you. Bro, stop spreading hate and gaslighting racism. My advice to everyone is form your own opinion based on your own experiences, and if you have a bad experience, do use that experience to judge an entire race. Do not use that experience to judge an entire race. But you're gay. He has an open mind. Really.
I was constantly called indifferent and weird and odd and strange when growing up.
I think he was called a few other things than indifferent, weird, and odd. Don't you?
More specifically, Chinese and Korean. I also have a crap ton of Taiwanese friends, straight from Taiwan. And some of you might say, well, what about the liberals in America? Yes, sure, they can be very accepting, but only if it benefits them or when they don't see you as a threat in any way. Some of them will try to convince themselves they're not racist by dating outside of their race, like dating a black man, only to prove themselves that they are not racist like their grandparents or whatever. And yet, at the same time, I've met many liberals who are just as racist as the MAGA, as the Republicans. And yet, at the same time, I also have to include this, there are plenty of Americans who are very loving and accepting. But unfortunately, we are not as good as you guys make it seem, or we're not as loving as Chinese people, and far from it. I've already seen some comments of Americans saying on TikTok, yeah, I dipped out of Xiaohongshu so fast when TikTok came back, and I'm like, there was no reason for you to say that. However, there still are plenty of Americans, millions of Americans who still use the Xiaohongshu app every single day, like myself. Then again, I can only speak for myself, and in my opinion are only personal to me. What I'm looking for, what I'm searching for, the reason why I'm on here, it's very personal to me, but I can't say the same for anybody else. Yes, everyone has finally figured out what China actually is and who they actually are. But for me, I've known this shit for over a decade. Everybody else just now figuring it out, and I'm just sitting here like, try to tell you, but you wouldn't listen to me because you was actually xenophobic. But now since you are seeing what China actually is, all of a sudden your xenophobia was suddenly erased. Interesting.
So, like he says, he only speaks for himself. Yeah, I thought I heard him a few times speaking for millions of people. That's what I thought. Tell me in the comments below what you think of this particular chap's view on Redbook and the people that use it, and maybe even your opinions of what he thinks of MAGA. I've got my opinions and I don't want to say them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Right, let's go on. Let's find someone who's going to talk about China in a positive sense. Someone Chinese, maybe.
That's why someone like me needs to speak out for Asian community, which is often overlooked.
She looks good. She sounds very professional, smart. I'm going to listen to this woman.
Before I dive into today's topic, I want to say that we should not spread any form of hate on this platform.
Good. Don't seek out any form of hate. I like that. What is hate? Can you give us a description of hate? What is, is it, I hate you, you stinking snotty-nosed heap of parrot droppings, your type really make me sick? Is that hate? Let's find out what hate is.
This includes phrases like, if you don't like it or disagree, leave.
If you don't like it, leave? That's hate? That's hate? Oh, okay.
Let's make sure we never become the type of people we are against.
Yeah, yeah. Never become the type of people that we are against. I agree with that. Okay, right.
White people, pull yourself together. Show me your Caucasian arrogance. Your pride. Look, you're not a refugee. You have a place to stay, like your parents' basement. And then you have a job, right? Oh, you are a DJ. So you're actually unemployed. Oh, don't be stressed. Discover your own spark. Oh, don't cry. I didn't mean to make you sad. Don't worry, it's vegan, organic, and gluten-free. Well, it's not my fault, and it's not yours neither. It's the society's and your parents. Remember that therapist that you're paying every Sunday instead of using the money for the rent? Yeah, she always asks you the relationship with your dad to fill up that $500 per hour session. Listen to her. She is professional. Always blame your dad. Never met him? Exactly. Oh, you're not alone. At least you have a student loan to keep you company. Must be nice to fly anywhere, anytime without worrying about visa. Talking about privilege. You can't afford it? Can't you just manipulate your parents into getting rich? Whoa, are you trying to use my kitchen? Just sit. I've got it. Make yourself at home. I got you things that you will love. Cheap tea bags with artificial color and flavors, and blankets that are made in China but don't say they are so the racist customer don't complain. I also got your favorite podcast, Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan, right? Stop calling yourself a refugee, white people.
Speak for itself to what you think of her. Is she serious? Is it all just humour? And if it is humour, how can she have humour against white people, TikTok refugees, and many other people, how they live, whether they have a father or not, and can they afford to pay the rent? How comes that is humour? But if she is offended by anything, it's serious. Tell me what you think in the comments below about her. Remember, it was her that said this.
Before I dive into today's topic, I want to say that we should not spread any form of hate on this platform.
Here's another Redbook user who does a lot of videos on Redbook and also on WeChat. Possibly TikTok it as well.
A TikTok refugee left a comment on my Rednote. Said, please follow my YouTube account. Are you okay? You think we love you because you're American?
Ooh. Okay, there's another one. Right, so at this point I think I want to get the opinion of an American who's gone on to TikTok, who's gone off of TikTok and gone on to Redbook to inspire us how to behave and inspire us how to behave and use the app properly from an American woman. Let's go.
We have got to be more respectful and empathetic about how we are entering this space. Have we forgotten that this app was created by Chinese citizens
it says on her shirt,
for Chinese citizens in their native tongue so that they can be surrounded by people who look like them and understand their culture? And now here we are completely flooding their FYP with all of our American English speaking content. We are invading this app. And even though, granted, they have been very welcoming of us being here, we still have to be respectful about how we enter this space. We've got to be mindful about that. They have been used to seeing content from each other, and now they are seeing nothing but American content from us. And I just think that that is incredibly disrespectful, especially those TikTok creators who are coming over here thinking that they're just going to rebuild their TikTok following and are rapidly posting content. That is super disrespectful to me. So when you come here, do not come here with the intention of building your following and flooding everyone's FYP with your content so that you can get more followers. You come here and you sit down and you shut up and you listen and you learn. Interact with our new Chinese friends in their comment sections, like their content, follow your favorite creators, but do not come over here thinking you're gonna rebuild your following, because we are being very disrespectful, okay? Everyone here has got to be mindful of that, please. This is the last time I'm going to post a video like this because I'm going to practice what I preach.
So, all joking to one side.
That is super disrespectful.
After searching the internet for other users and what they have to say, this chap probably speaks the most common sense. I like him.
I know the Chinese people have been very gracious in letting us use this app and be on this platform, and I know that many Americans are advising each other to be on their best behavior. I just want to tell my fellow Americans that I have zero faith in you. I'll give it a week, maybe two, and you will make fools of yourselves eventually. I know my people well.
Yes, you do, mate.
You will show your entire ass. And to all of the Chinese people, I am so sorry. You don't know what's coming.
Right, so listen to what he had to say, quite honest. And my warning to you is don't think some of the Chinese will not do the same to you. They will show, in retrospect, they will show their entire ass too. Some of them are very, very nice. Some of them are just out there to make forms of entertainment, and they will bite back just as much as you do. At the bottom of many of these videos, you'll see numbers. This young lady will tell you what those numbers mean in Chinese. And they mean this not because of the way they look, but the way they sound. So if you learn Chinese numbers and learn a little Chinese, you'll understand what she means.
I don't know how many of you are still staying on Rednote, but here's another lesson for you. How do people in China communicate using only numbers? This is a must learn. 111 means I got it. 250 means idiot. 520 means I love you. 555 means crying. 666 means awesome. 886 means bye bye.
So there we have it. The latest review on Little Red Book and TikTok refugees. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Please write a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I should have far more subscribers on my channel than I have, and I've been doing this for several years now. So please subscribe to my channel, write a comment below, and give me a thumbs up. So if you didn't see my other video on TikTok refugees, please watch this video here. Thanks for watching. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.